And this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Oakland Raiders. So with that, let's get out to the East Bay in Oakland, California. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Oakland Raiders. Hello, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and partner, our long national nightmare is over. After 6 months away, we're back to playing football.
And this is way better than Watergate, isn't it? Now we get to have some fun. Watch the veterans. They'll play a little bit. We know that. But the big thing, this new crop of rookies and young guys, they get their chance to take the field and earn their spot.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland. Fielded about a yard deep. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. Their 36-year-old quarterback brings him out there. He'll be calling the shots in his 15th season now. It's Ben Roethlisberger.
And when you just sit and look at the raw numbers, you actually kick back and nod in appreciation about the career of Ben Roethlisberger. Had went over 50,000 passing yards last year, 8th all-time. But what he wants more than anything, one more run at a Super Bowl where he's won twice previously.
They go play action here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. The first carry for the rookie, it's Darius Geis. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Lorenzo Alexander brings him down. And the starting crew defensively for Detroit.
Linebackers still often control defenses, and C.J. Mosley does exactly that for his. A Pro Bowler 3 of his first 4 years. Not only can he run and hit, he diagnoses plays so well, feels them out, and makes sure his team is organized and in the right spot on each and every snap.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And a nice gain at 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Got some real estate inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Roethlisberger. Incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 3rd and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Now Roethlisberger. And Brown's got it. Touchdown, Raiders. Corey Brown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Gould able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Gould now out to kick it away. Jerick McKinnon now to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. Leading them out, Deshaun Watson. This is a sight that NFL fans everywhere are happy to see, his return to the playing field.
And it's going to be fun to find out what the mindset is as he approaches 2018, because many people from outside the organization think he needs to develop more as a pocket passer. But his style of play, his ability to move around and create extra plays, is something that's been incorporated into the offense in a big way, and he'll continue to develop as he throws the ball from the pocket too.
Now the first running back drafted this year, it's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
On second down, here's Watson. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. On first down, it's Watson. Flush to his right. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, Watson. He dumps it off to Barkley. That one goes for 24 yards. So they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Now a first down throw. Watson caught left side to Crabtree. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They'll try and run forward with Barkley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
2nd and goal from inside the 5. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
I'm like everyone. I've got a soft spot for the underdog story. And even though Rashad Jones was taken in the 5th round, which isn't so bad, still to think that he's now a perennial Pro Bowl player, went to a 2nd Pro Bowl this past January, that's coming almost out of nowhere. But why does he do it? Covers well, tackles well, but best of all, he leads. That secondary that he plays with, they follow him.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? Here's Barkley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Saquon Barkley punching it in from a yard away. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll hand it down to Geis. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. On fourth down, Colton Schmidt to punt it away. Jabril Peppers deep to receive. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Down! Back 22! Back 22!
Off of play action, it's Watson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Reset!
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. A touchdown apiece here in this first quarter of play. 7-all is the score. And we're back to Oakland after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. This is brought in by Hardy. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now let's go. 3-19. Detroit. 3-19.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Callahan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hardy. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
McKinnon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Off the play fake. Callahan, he'll buy some time right. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Leopard. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Now a first carry for Donald Comfort. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
Gone, 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 gone. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
From the gun on 3rd down, Callahan. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are in for 6. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Elliott on for the extra point. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here. A breakaway from Michael Thomas. The 30, 20, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start the drive with Washington. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Let's go. Now set.
Travaris Cadet, his first carry. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass him with a running play.
And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, now set. Ready?
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Let's go.
McCown to throw on 2nd down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is McCown on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Josh McCown ready to head back out there. I'm sure he wanted to have a huge game, wants to have a huge game as the quarterback, but really on the ground, they've been very, very hard to stop. Maybe you just keep going to that well.
I think so, and isn't it funny how the definition of balance changes for us from game to game? Sometimes it's 50-50, run it, throw it. Sometimes it's just being a balanced running team in terms of who's carrying the football.
More than one guy.
Right, multiple guys out there, and now your guy back there has to throw it. Doesn't have to worry about it quite as much.
And they've got the lead here in the second quarter. And he's only able to get it to right around the 3. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Watch it now, Barney. Over.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 1st and 10, Callahan. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw on 2nd down, Callahan. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one all the way up to the 24. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Back to throw. Callahan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Off play action. Callahan. Wide open receiver, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action.
Hurry up, here we go. Over. 3-19. Detroit. 3-19.
A final shot before break. Callahan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend cushion.
With them, can they convert it?
Elliott now to add the extra point. Elliott good on the extra point. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of 2 Friday night games here in preseason, week 1. We had 12 games last night and 2 more tomorrow to wrap things up. Minnesota at Denver, followed by the Chargers in Arizona. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And they'll go on the ground. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. No. Check. Patriots.
Now a first carry for their fullback. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Well, not a lot of flash and dash on that play. 2nd and 2, and they hand it to the big man, and he ends up picking up a first down. A little bit of gray area there, though, but I think what they thought, hey, we hand it to him here. If we come back and don't get it, we still got another down to try and pick it up.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Woodside. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The Lions on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney, hurry up. Here we go. Boom, landed.
Now Woodside. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit!
Here's Woodside to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
second down, Washington. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll try and pick it up by running the action to the right. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
He's got it. It's Escobar. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
Right back to Washington. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's McCown. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. It's Raider football here, and we'll begin it with a field goal try here. And Gold is able to put it through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And an alley to run. There he goes goes left side. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that.
That's teamwork to be able to put it all together, but that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Elliott on for the extra point. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. Is everyone happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bash.
Super toe.
They go back to Cadet. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now McCown. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. McCown throwing on 2nd. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The Raiders on the move, a couple of big plays in succession.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Throwing on first is McCown. And it's incomplete. McCown incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. to the air on second down. McCown. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Corn Elder. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush. The coverage. They've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And Detroit getting set to go now. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense.
Watch him now, Barney! Detroit!
And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. Flushed out right. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. The offense on third down tonight can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. They get just 2 out of it there, and it's second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On second down, here's McCown. And his throw is incomplete. Gavin Escobar, his big tight end, was the intended receiver. And it's third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's McCown. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now McCown got to have this one. He locates Wheaton, complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. McCown now on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. From midfield, here's McCown. Escobar with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. 3rd and 1, McCown wants to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And the Raiders have got him. Chris Jones in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
A good pick up there, 26 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. This one complete to Troy Fumagalli. And he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Hill on first down. And this is taken in at the 5. A gain of 32 that time. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Hill throwing once more. And his throw here is incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. And again, it's Hill. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
The Lions on third down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. To the air again. Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Justin Hardy from 4 yards out. And the Lions add on to their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Shotgun here for McCown. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Working from the gun, McCown over the middle here to Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. One final try for McCown. He's going to let it fly. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked there by Nick Nelson. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. And Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Oakland.